Michael Morgan and Vanessa and the other artists here. A lot of y'all I don't know, but I'm thankful that we all came together in this setting. Try to enlighten people of who we are and how we tell our stories through our paintings, tell the story of our people and our ancestors. It's really a humbling moment to share a little bit of who we are. I'm grateful for the opportunity for it here today. I woke up this morning and I said a prayer in my little hotel room to kind of, in my own little way, to sanctify how we do things as a people. We're indigenous to this continent. We're indigenous to all these lands. I have to think about how our ancestors were, traveled, nomadic people, and throughout generations we've been decimated, we've been lied to by the government, and these are just the facts that we carry with us. But we continue to carry on our way of life, not just in this setting, back home where we're from and who we represent. We have people, we have nations that we represent. I'm very thankful for the opportunity for it. Brought our nephew, my wife, met my brothers here. I like to call them my nieces. Trying to tell y'all a little bit about our plains, ways, about who we are, and then there's some tribes from the north that are represented here. So I'm thankful for the opportunity for it, and I thank y'all for taking a little time to come over here to look at our art, because it tells our story, where we come from, who we are. This little exhibition we're going to give here today is a little bit of our what we call Taipeigo. It was originated from what we call the Ka-To. It's our sun dance. And some time ago, the United States government took that from us. We could no longer practice it. But back in the 50s, I believe, it was regenerated. And we learned, the song keepers have kept some songs. So that's the first exhibition we're going to give you. And it's a really highly reverent dance amongst my people, Khoi group, Kiowa people of southwestern Oklahoma, where we come from, Kiowa Comanche Apache Reservation. So we still hold this dance in high regard for my people. And it's a simple dance, but there's prayer that is involved with it. There's a thought of our people, that our ancestors are still here. We still honor the elements. We still honor the four-legged, the winged, through these ceremonies. And we give a little bit of ourself through these. So the dress and the feathers that I hold here today tell a story of who we are. My kinfolks, my grandparents, great-grandparents dressed accordingly. We held this dance in high reverence. So the leggings that I wear here today tell a story of how we were as a people. We killed the buffalo, and we utilized every part of him to eat, to fashion weapons, to provide a home. We used the hide for our lodge, and throughout the years we learned to fashion how we wanted to be as a people. So through that, we learned how to. I believe it was the French that brought the beads over, and we learned how to utilize them, and we made our regalias. We used the buffalo sinew to attach the beads to our regalia, to our leggings, to our everything that we use. We liked it, and we kind of say we perfected it in a sense, and we still utilize it today. And these feathers that I wear here today have been handed down through generations, and the story goes behind them that I guess in a Christian sense, that this bird sits on the right-hand side of God. And then through that, we utilize them to get our prayers to the Creator. We utilize them to help our people. They still, to us, hold the power to heal, to fend away evil. Like I was telling a gentleman outside, they keep impurities away from our people. So when we put them on our person, we become what our old people are. And that's how we stand here before you today. and my nephew here in his tribal regalia, and maybe he could tell you a little bit about himself, and the shawl, this black shawl that I wear here, like I've heard throughout generations, throughout time, that this shawl was worn by our, what we call, the most elite of our people, the 10 bravest that were the first to go out into battle. And they wore this shawl as a representation of who they were, so they were be able to be recognized as who they were. So through all these things, they were passed down through generations, stories that I've heard, and then these what we call skunkberry, these mescal beads that we wear, we adorn ourselves with them. But they say, what I've heard from my uncles, they say when you put them on, you are fearless. You are a warrior. You are not afraid of death. We've accepted these things into our heritage, our culture. So when we put these things on, and we become a part of our older people, and I'm grateful for these kind of teachings, these feathers. This rattle has a sound to it. Back then we used the buffalo, the bladder, the buffalo bladder to make a sound. And all these things, they have a connection to like our ghost dance, to a lot of history into that. And some of that, we can sit here all night and tell you about these kind of things, how we are as a people, and there's stories, lineages, legends, mythology, and all these things are still here today. So we're thankful to share this with you. And even through the song, I've heard that there's ghost dance still rendered in them. We don't know which ones, but our old people, our ancestors, they come back. So maybe through these songs, they'll be here with us, trying to be a good representation of who we are in a humble, respectable manner for our families and for our people, tribe. And we paint ourselves as a tribe. My tribe, we make markings on ourselves as a warrior, as a fearless, to see good, we can see straight, we can see the enemy, and we can have good knowledge of where we're going to go, what we're going to do. So these kind of teachings that I've encountered throughout my lifetime from my folks, my own family. So just trying to share a little bit with y'all today. We're going to share some songs, and then maybe my nephew can tell you. He's Osage. Yeah. Way back there, he's supposed to be my enemy. We stand here before you today as one nation. But sometimes you get certain tribal, they'd be like, well, I'm just going to stand over here. But he's been respectable to my home, my family, my wife, our children, so we took a relation some time ago, so he shared a lot with me, kind of helped me drive over here, me and my wife, and made this journey together. So I try to take care of him as such, so maybe I hand the floor over to him to tell him about your dress.
Thank you. My name is Gabriel Palayo. I am Osage, and I'm from Skiatook, Oklahoma, which is within Osage County. First of all, I'd just like to say I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you, Michael, everybody that had a helping hand in making this event possible. I'm very thankful to my uncle and my aunt for thinking about me, to invite me to be able to come along on this journey. It's very nice to meet everybody that I've been able to kind of speak with for the past couple of days, and as we continue on, it's been a pleasure to meet everybody. I will try to explain everything to the best of my knowledge, different things I've heard other people say, my uncles and my grandpas, and some things I might not be able to answer, I might not know, but I'd rather tell you that I don't know than to just try to tell you something, if I'm not able to answer it. And then also, I was just kind of have been told that since I'm younger, there's maybe certain things that I shouldn't speak on just because it might not be my role in my community to be trying to tell somebody else something. Maybe that would be somebody that I would, if they were here, I would refer you to maybe my uncle, an elder in my community, and have them maybe answer whatever question. So I I'll try to answer everything as best as I can. Tell you a little bit about it. Osage's got this straight dance regalia. We got it from Ponkas, and during our ceremonies we have demonstrative dances. During the month of June, there's 3 different districts. One is in Grey Horse, which is in Fairfax, Oklahoma. There's a Hominy district and there's a Huska district. I'm part of the Zonzoli, which is a Hominy district. My mom grew up in Hominy. Then I grew up in Skagit, which is maybe about 20 minutes away from Hominy. And it takes place 3 different weekends. Starts on Thursday and it doesn't end until Sunday. So the first weekend we go to Fairfax, Oklahoma, the Grey Horse district. Usually that following weekend will be Hominy, and everybody goes to Hominy, sets up camp, and then that last weekend of June we'll go to Huska. So Hominy is my home district. Was the one where I went in. I was about 11 whenever I first got to participate in the ceremony. I've been going around it my whole life. I've been taking me and stuff, but to be able to put this on, get my name. Walla is my Osage name, and they put you in that dance and they put that center feather up on the top, and you get to now you have the right to be able to participate in that ceremony. A couple of different things. This feather, I guess, kind of common people ask about that is I used to not have this my roach right here that I'm wearing on my head, and they used to just put feathers in their hair, and it would just signify that you're a warrior. And then this roach came along. One of the things that if you ever see this style of dress, usually if they're wearing this white handkerchief on their forehead like that, it's usually it's an Osage thing is what I was told. Osages do that. I'll go around to other powwows and stuff, and they might not have that, and it might be because they're a straight dancer, but they're not Osage. One of the other things I was kind of talking to some of the people outside about is this otter hide right here. I was told that we used to wear a bustle on our back, and we got into a war party went out, we got to a fight with another tribe, and the BAA came and told us that everything that you have that signifies something of war or any warrior thing, you need to get rid of it. And so we went back to the Ponkas and told them, what do we do? They're not letting us utilize this anymore. And we wore garter on our braids. They said to put that on your back, and that'll be the new distinction, that signification of a warrior, or that kind of coming of age kind of thing, where you're a hunter or a warrior. I'm wearing a breastplate right here. Some of the other ways that you might see them look kind of like his mescal beads, but they'll go across. The bandolero beads would go across. Instead of wearing those, I chose to wear my breastplate because I'm not wearing a shirt, and that will signify. There's 2 different interpretations that have been told. One was like a rope. They ever wore rope and they ended up eating it. And the other thing would be bullets. They might wear bullets going across like that. And they put beads to signify that. I think as far as that goes, the bustle that we wore on our back, I forgot it because it's bigger than my suitcase. So it was on a different. I had my suitcase over here and I had my fan up there. And whenever I was packing, I just grabbed my suitcase and walked out the door. But that bustle turned into a fan, and so it was. Got to bring it, but I believe most of everything else, except for probably my roach, which I actually don't know the story. I don't know how it came about. I believe everything else is kind of a decoration, different things that kind of come along, different styles in the way, this ribbon work, different tribes. I understand that different tribes have their different designs and stuff. So this is the Osage design right here, my ribbon work. It's also back here on my backside. A few other different things might be I'm wearing red right here. I have buckskin leggings on. I used to have red broadcloth leggings, but they're kind of hot, so I wanted some buckskin ones. And so I'm the oldest of 6, and I'm the oldest male. I have 4 other brothers and 1 sister, and being the oldest is you're Yompa, and you have the ability to wear the red like that. All the younger brothers, they can't wear red. It's got maybe this right here would be blue or a different color. Usually blue would signify that you're a younger brother. I can wear both. And so there's different few things that kind of come along that kind of distinct different things, but as far as what this means, when we got it, I think I covered most of it. One of the, I guess, other things that I would like to mention lastly is that my uncle had said that for Kiowas, they incorporated things that they had before this dance into this ceremony. Different ceremonies, they incorporated a piece of it. A lot of ceremonies that Osages participated in before adopting this was lost for different reasons, just being handed down generation by generation. And then other things would be that the kind of the practices at one point, the elders in the community said that we need to leave that. It was kind of like a dark religion, and so they decided that we're going to take upon this is a good way. Same thing with Native American church ceremonies. They adopted that, and a lot of the ceremonies, they said that we're just going to leave that, don't really talk about it. So it's kind of hard to, I guess, be able to speak on those things because it was supposed to be left back there. So these different things kind of came from different tribes, and we just adopted that into how we do things now. I think that's about all I have.
As far as me, I'm not a dancer, I'm a singer, and so I've been singing around the drum for over 20 years, and so I've learned a lot about the different songs, and each one of these dances, they have their own songs that go along with them, so it's not all the same. It's not hey-oh, hey-ohs, and things like that, like your Hollywood beats in the movies. No, there's none of that, and actually every single one of our songs, you will never hear that beat, so but yeah, each one of these dances, they have their own songs that go with them. From our Kiowa way, they're all Kiowa. Goy dog, yeah, how we say it. And there's different ones that accompany different sessions within our dance. It starts off real slow, like that at the beginning of the dance, our ceremony back home, and then as the week progresses, towards the end, we'll start singing these bottle dog again. It's like fast songs. And towards the end, you'll hear that, and then they usually end it with buffalo dance songs, and that kind of concludes the end. And but like the same with straight dance songs. There's songs specifically for this dance, in this style. Osages, in their Longshka, they have their songs that they sing, the family songs, and songs for the water carriers and different things like that, Whitman things, and like the Ponkas, they have their songs. A long time ago, the Osages, their songs, they borrowed a lot of them from the Ponkas, and so like you'll hear a lot of the Osage songs that'll be sung there that are Ponka songs, things like that. So in that respect, since they got this dance and stuff from those people, the songs came with it. And so I think a long time ago, a lot of times their head singers, they would always pick Ponka people. Nowadays, I think they start choosing Osage and things like that. They develop their own core group of singers, and they're really, really, really good songs. And so with that, I just want to say aho to my brothers here and my nephew here for explaining their way of life and their their dress and what they're going to demonstrate here today. So, and you'll hear us say a lot of times that we don't want to just say anything to you all because we're representing our people back home, and we don't want to say anything incorrect or anything like that. And so that's why a lot of times you'll hear us say, well, we don't really know, we don't want to say that because we don't want to just tell you anything. We'd rather just not say, because we're representing our tribe and our people and our families from back home, and we don't want them to, dang, those guys don't care. So that's kind of why you're here today. So this song that we'll start with the Kai Pegall song, Kai Pegall Dog. Nowadays they call it gourd dance, which is that gourd here. So that's the kind of where that came from. Started calling it gourd dance, but a long time ago, we still use it today. We say Kai Pegall. That's how we acknowledge this dance. So we sing one of those songs. Music, and he heard these songs being played over this hill like that, and so he went over there and he saw this wolf, and he was over there and he was singing these songs, and so he went down there, and that wolf spoke to him and things like that, and said he would take care of him, and he helped him. So he helped this man, this warrior, and he told him that take these songs with you and take this dance with you and take it back to your people, and then in doing so, he's like, whenever you end these songs, I want you to end it with that howl at the end of it. And so we always remember that where you got this from. So we acknowledge that. At every gourd dance song, it'll end with that howl like that to acknowledge that wolf that gave us to our God.
Okay.
Yeah.